Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today we're going to kick things off with a new series where we cover tanks that I have forgotten. And we're starting off with the Era 1 Conway. I have not played the Conway since the 27th of April 2022. That is 3 years and 3 months. Now some of you may be thinking to yourself, why on earth have you not been playing this tank more? Why have you left it to just collect dust for so long? Honestly, that's a question that's going to be relevant to every single tank I play in this series, and I'll try and answer that question honestly as I can. And my answer for the Conway is, and this is, I've thought about this for a while, why have I not been playing the Conway? Well, it's not a 4005. That's the best answer I can give. It's not the famous tank. It's not a 4005. It's not top of Era 1. So I thought, well, yeah, just leave it behind. The Conway was what I had to go through to get to the 4005. I got to the 4005, sold the Conway. I clearly sold it over 3 years ago, and that's it. That's just how the story went for me. When I went to play it, when I went to, say, all right, I'm going to play the Conway, I didn't even have it in my garage. I had to re-buy it. I had to purchase this vehicle again just to play it again. So I've abandoned this thing. And it's also a similar story for the Charioteer. And after the success I've had with the Conway and the enjoyment I've had from the Conway, I'm now thinking the next tank I'm going to cover is the Charioteer. I've covered enough of the 4005. What about these guys? What about the tanks that I've forgotten? So let's take a look at the Conway. We'll take a look at the Conway and we'll just go over its high-level stats very, very quickly. So it fires APDS, armor piercing, discarding sabot, 279 millimeters a pen on standard rounds, 331 on gold, 220 millimeters of pen on secondary. Gold and standard will do 400 alpha. Hesh, which is the secondary round, will do 515. Now those gun stats are not amazing, not terrible. They're for the British tank destroyers. It follows a natural progression. So the ammunition penetration stats for the Charioteer are ever so slightly better than the Charioteer, and then the 4005 is the 4005, and it's kind of, alpha doesn't really follow a trend, but the penetration, especially for the Hesh rounds, does follow this slight trend. So the Charioteer has 210 millimeters of pen on Hesh, Conway 220, 4005 240. So from bottom of Era 1 to the top of Era 1, there is some progression in the unique British Hesh round. So, it's not amazing, it's not terrible, it's kind of like, it just is what it is. It's not bad at all. So from a gun point of view, the only thing I kind of wish the Conway was a little bit better at was its aim speed and its accuracy on the move here. It's not brilliant. It's not 4005 bad, even though RNG does seem to, just you can blat things on the move every now and then with the 4005, but with the Conway, the aim time does feel just a little bit slow. But again, I can't really complain too much. This is what I'm saying. If I had to critique it, yeah, maybe the aim speed could be a little bit quicker. And here, I was kind of hoping I wouldn't get shot by the 4005, but hey, never mind. We take the hit, and we're on 260 hit points. Moving on then with the Conway. So 1,850 hit points when you fully unlocked it. So the Charioteer 1,600, Conway 1,850, 4005 1,950. So again, there's that progression through Era 1. Its max top speed, the Conway's max top speed is going to, well, unboosted, it'll be 60 kilometers an hour, which does make it the fastest of all the Era 1 British tank destroyers. And that's quite a nice feature. I have noticed that this thing, the mobility of it feels good. It feels really good to play this thing, to get around. It doesn't feel too quick. It doesn't feel too slow. It's very, very nice. I really like it. View range of 490 meters, which, yeah, you know, true vision. Not particularly bothered by that. But the moving and still concealment of 412 and 354, again, with the concealment build that I've got, which is the concealment crew, iron mace on my tank destroyer. I've basically just pulled this crew straight out of my 4005, and that shot went very wild, nowhere near where I aimed it. With the concealment build, with the smoke, the crew, and the equipment with the camo net, the concealment really isn't that bad. I don't have the number off the top of my head right now, but I found it to be adequate, I think is the word. Again, this vehicle doesn't feel like it's particularly broken in any way. This feels like what a tank destroyer should be. The reload is fine. The gun handling is, yeah, it's okay. It takes a while to aim, but it, you know, it's a TD. I wouldn't expect it to be lightning quick. But here we go. We're about to take out the last tank. There we go. 3 kills, 4,149 damage, which isn't amazing. I'm not going to call this an amazing result, but it does show the Conway to be capable. And the game you just saw there, that was my first game in the Conway after that 3-month break. The game you're seeing now is now sort of 5 or 6 games in, so I've kind of gotten a feel for the vehicle. But I wanted to show you that first game just to say, look, when you play it like a tank destroyer, you can actually do quite well. You really can do quite well. And the Conway follows the progression of Era 1 up through the tiers. And I don't know why I left this vehicle alone for so long. I really don't know why. I quite like the Conway. The 4005 is fun, it's derpy, but the Conway feels like, no, this is more of a tank destroyer. This is more of what the tank destroyer should be. Now let's focus on this game. So I will admit, I did not play the start of this game very well. I was focusing the E3 who was running down the hill, and I didn't even see the 268 sitting at the back. I peeked again and I get shot by a T-34, and I'm basic, well, if something fires high explosive at me in pens, that 529 hit points is gonna go. I didn't start this very well. So if you want advice from me on how to play the Conway, first of all, don't do what I just did, and second of all, be more careful. Pay more attention to what's going on around you. Don't just focus the target that you can see, because like I just demonstrated there, yes, I can see the E3 moving, but there could be a 268 behind there ready to slap you for 900 or whatever it is. But I have, you know, I've decided to push to the middle of airfield here. I'm carefully playing these rocks as protection, and I'm only peeking. Well, I'm now playing it sensibly. I wasn't playing it sensibly before, but I'm now using the concealment that I've got to protect myself. And I guess this is the same old when you're playing this game. When you've got hit points, you're a little bit reckless. As soon as you're down to low health, or you know you're a one-shot, that's when you suddenly kick into a higher gear, and you're like, right, I need to be more careful because I can't afford to get slapped around anymore. 4005 at the bottom there, but I'm carefully waiting for the E3. So we take out the E3, I switch to Hesh because I'm hoping this 4005 will continue to come around, edging forward ever so slightly into the turret. There's the 480 to get the kill on the 4005. Still holding this position though, not going to push out until there's a Turan over there, and the 268 I believe is back there somewhere. Checking that area I'm just looking at there, that is I've noticed that's a favourite for tank destroyers. It's a favourite position for TDs to sit in so that they can shoot at this position and get a slightly different angle, and it can be very effective, hence why I checked it. We get very lucky here we pixel snipe the Turan 5SH, and now, well, I didn't check for the 268. I'm assuming the 268's left because I decide to push forward, and here we go. I'm kind of thinking to myself, yeah, APDS not handling solid cover very well. Again, shot misses on the T50. So that T50 could be dead if I hadn't fluffed both of my shots. But hey, it is what it is. Hindsight, shoulda, woulda, coulda. T54 spotted on the hill. I initially looked at the wrong place because I was disorientated, didn't know where I was looking. T54 takes a hit. And now, at this point, I'm thinking we're doing quite well. I think the team's got this. T54 again not falling back, and he's gone, sniped from the hill. Char 25T down there, and the TVP 5051 takes out my teammate, and he's only on 2 hit points. That is, oh, that's disappointing. And there's the 268. The 268 was over there the whole time. I'm very, very lucky that he wasn't peeking the same way he peeked me before, because he could have, well, again, shoulda, woulda, coulda. He could have had the chance to take me out. But hey, it is what it is. So friendly medium down there, getting slapped around, falling off the cliff. The Char 25T there makes a slight error in pulling out of the cover that he had. Now the 268 is at the bottom of the cliff, trying to get an angle on my teammate who has, well, he fell. I can understand why he fell back. He fell back because he needed to, and it's a 268. But the 268 has got him pinned in that position. 268 takes him out. Now that the 268's fired, I use that to push forward. Use the smoke to just, well, disappear, and my teammate M48 takes out the 268. Right. Had a fair bit going on there. It's now 8 versus 6. I still want to maintain this position, this high ground. I still want to maintain this position. 4005 there over on full health, and Hesh goes in, trying to see him through the bushes here. I struggle to aim the shot, but there we go. There goes the shot. Nice roll with the 514 damage there on the 4005 with a Hesh round, which is only 1 hit point off the average alpha with 515. Now it's a case of just playing like a TD. The 4005 has pushed forward again. I went back to AP though because I think that was an IS, that heavy is an IS4. I thought the IS4 was going to peak, so I went back to AP. I can see the boxy turret of the 4005 poking around that corner still. And this is where it goes wrong. Shot goes out for me. I hit him, but he hits me. And that, unfortunately, is game over. It was a very close game, but we had an AFK tank destroyer, and the final IS4 basically just caps out. But still, in a defeat, I managed to finish second in the Conway. 6 kills, 6,547 damage. This is a very capable vehicle, and it's a shame that I've left it alone for so long. So there you go, guys. Conway. If you haven't played it for a while, it's a good TD. I recommend you pick it up. Go for it. Alright guys, that's all I've got for this video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.